Hey guys, welcome to the Titans, I guess pre-week 5 video, end of week 4 video. This is what I like to call a acquisition, subtraction, stats and standings, and we're going to go look at the transactions just really quick. We'll see what happened in the NFL. Let's see if we can look at all of the NFL. I'm sure we can. Alright, so in week 4, the Ravens placed their left tackle on injured reserve, and the Seahawks placed their left guard on injured reserve. Here in week 3 is where all the shit happened. It looks like the Browns, that's when the Browns signed Dave Garrard for a 3-year deal. We'll look in the second week, and they didn't, I don't know why, maybe they just needed a quarterback. In week 2, Phillip Rivers was placed on injured reserve. We took a look at that. So the Buccaneers released their wide receiver. Buccaneers signed a tight end. They released their linebacker, signed a right end, released a wide receiver, and signed a right end. The Chargers signed Leonard Weaver, so they're probably going to have a beast running game. The Eagles signed a right tackle and a center, so they're going to have a good O-line, or building an O-line. And the Raiders also signed some O-line. The Saints also signed left tackle and a right linebacker for a $4 million deal. So in week 5, you see we have no news, and we'll go look at the stats for the season. We're gonna look from smallest to biggest first. If you understand what I mean, you will in a minute, and that's what she said, I guess. Could be used for that. So first, we're gonna look at the stats just on our team. So this will be this is the strictly a Titans only video. I'm gonna make a Rams one too, so don't trip. Why can't I look at the stats right here? I'm looking for my team. This is a bunch of bullshit. Am I supposed to look at it somewhere else or something? Maybe. Hold on. Let me see if I'm pulling a retard here. Or Sean. I mean, sorry. Not a retard. A Sean. All right. So, man, this ain't what I'm looking for. The team. Is there a way to look at my team's stats, man? Come on. Alright, hold on. I think I'm just tripping balls right now. Hold on. NFL. Yeah, we're just going to look at the Titans here just for a second. Then we'll look at the NFL. And yeah. Alright, so the Titans. Matt Hasselbeck has 691 yards, 3 touchdowns on 2 picks. He's all right. He's doing all right. And we'll look at Chris Johnson here, and he's got 51 carries for 183 yards. Very pathetic. No touchdowns for him. He's only averaging 45 yards a game, and he's fumbled once. And not doing that great. Let me turn down the music now, because this song really pisses me off. Javon Ringer is actually having a decent year. 17 carries, 109 yards, 2 touchdowns. So, all right. I didn't have a good game last game. And we'll look at our leading receivers. And our leading receiver is Bernard Berrien with 11 receptions, 212 yards on 2 touchdowns. Nate Washington right behind him with 8. Oh, not right behind him. 8 receptions, 164 yards, and a touchdown. Cook right behind Nate Washington with 9 receptions and 142 yards. Damian Williams got 83 yards. Lavelle Hawkins with 50. Chris Johnson with 33. Mariani's got 1 reception for 19 yards. Defensively, let's check out. I don't really care about tackles at this point, but we're going to look at sacks. And Jarrell Casey leading our team with 3 sacks. And Lofa Tupu, a free agent pickup preseason. Or not preseason, but in week 1. And he has 2 sacks and an interception, but we'll look at those in a second. Jason Jones with a sack. Also, Alteron Werner has a sack, Klug has a sack, and Witherspoon has a sack. We move into who's leading in interceptions, and Lofa Tupu has an interception. McCourty, Finnegan, and Hope all have an interception apiece, but who has the touchdowns and who has the yards after the interception? And we'll look into McCourty and Finnegan both have touchdowns for interceptions, and they have both returned them 100 yards combined, basically, for 2 touchdowns. So now we're going to look at forced fumbles. And Lofa Tatupa, Cortland Finnegan, Barrett Rudd, and Carl Klug all have forced fumbles apiece. Witherspoon has 2 fumble recoveries. Mitchell leading our team with 2. Kawhi Mitchell has 1, and Chris Hawkins has a fumble recovery also, but none of those guys have returned them for really anything. And we're going to look at kick returns. We're going to see nobody has touchdowns, but not averaging that bad of yardage on the kick returns, just out to the 20-yard line pretty much every time. Mariani going 178 yards on 8 kick returns, and Donnie Avery 106 on 5, so it's all good. 30th was the longest for Mariani, so not anything special there. And now we'll go look at where our players rank in the NFL. Actually, what's our division at? I always forget the divisions. There we go. Oh, no, that's the Rams. We're in, like, the AFC, right? The AFC South. Alright, yeah. Okay, so Hasselbeck in the division is second best quarterback in the division, and Schaub is just raping with 6 touchdowns. Not that many yards, though. If we look at the yardage, Hasselbeck is leading the division, and they're also probably first in the division. But with picks, he's what the shit did I just do? Oh, with picks, Hasselbeck, Leinart, and Gabbert are all tied. Touchdowns, Hasselbeck is in third with Leinart, and Curtis Painter has 2, and he's sitting modestly down there with only 330 yards, probably the worst in the league. All right, well, now we'll look at the NFC total, or AFC total, where we're sitting at. And Hasselbeck is sitting down here at the 6th spot, I believe. 2, 4, yep, and the 6th spot, 6th best quarterback in the AFC. Schaub sitting at 1. Colt McCoy sitting at 2, and they signed Dave Garrard, and Colt McCoy is sitting. Colt McCoy is sitting with those stats. Do you see that? Second in the nation. Second in the, not in the nation, the AFC. We'll look at yards here. Andy Dalton leading, 965. Tom Brady right behind him. Flacco right behind him. Fitzpatrick right behind him. And we'll see Hasselbeck sitting down here in the, just give me a second to count down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th spot. Right above Kyle Orton. We're going to want to get above that in the AFC. So, yeah, that's not down. So, we'll go right back down to the AFC North. AFC South. And we'll check out where our rushers sit at. And obviously, our guys are not going to be that high. Chris Johnson is the 4th rusher out of 4 teams, I think. And Javon Ring is right below him. So, yeah, the backups. They're down here with the backups. And Jones Drew's leading with 2 touchdowns. But Javon Ringer's up there with 2 touchdowns, too. And I believe Ringer, let's see, average yards per rush. Chris Johnson's down there. Average yards per game. Yeah, that's bad. Average yards per rush. Damn. All right, so we're gonna look at where we sit over here, and obviously not gonna be up here. Chris Johnson is sitting way down here at a spot that I don't even want to count. And I bet you Javon is just right down here. Darren McFadden, I guess injured in the beginning of the season, because now he's back and 14 carries, 128 yards and 2 touchdowns. A force to be motherfucking reckoned with. And we'll look right here, and yes, our guy is not up here at all. not even up there. So we'll look at receiving now, and I'm just going to look at AFC receiving total. And we will not have a guy up here either in the top 10 because our guys... okay, so Bernard Berrien is 200... oh, sorry. Bernard Berrien has 212 on 2 touchdowns. And who's leading the nation in touchdowns? None other than Wes Welker. And Josh Cribbs has 5 touchdowns with Colt McCoy's 7 touchdowns. So come on. What are you guys doing over there in Cleveland? You guys could be having a good team, but you got Dave Garrard in there. Bernard Berrien down here in the top 10 spot. 2, 4, 6, 8th spot, actually. And we'll look defensively, and we'll see who's the lead sack leader. And Ty Warren is the lead sack leader. And who's down here? No, but, oh, there we go. Jarrell Casey sitting down there in like 6th place, 7th place. We'll look at interceptions, and we will not have a guy up here except for Tatupu, and then it goes McCourty and Finnegan. They're all up there, all our guys. But what about touchdowns? How many touchdowns do these guys have on their picks? Huh? Nobody except for us up here. Look at that. Cortland Finnegan and McCourty up here. Look at the NFL stats now. We'll look at rushing. And we're not going to be up there. Look at that. Not even up there. What about receiving? No way we're going to be up there. Yeah, look at that. Not even up there. Defensively, we won't look at fumbles or anything right now because it's just too early in the season. But look at this. All these guys have sacks. We're like way down here. Casey's the first guy there. Look at interceptions. Look at this crap. Look at that. 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Goes on forever until we get to us, and then we're all right there. But how many of these guys got touchdowns in their interceptions? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And we're up here. Look at that. We're always up here. We're always up here. Look at us. Cordy, always up here in the top 3 with touchdowns on defense. Alright guys, so we're going to back out here, and we're going to check out the matchup for this next week, just really quick. And it's against the Pittsburgh Steelers, 3-1, both teams. And we'll look at what the Pittsburgh Steelers did last week against their poor victim of a team. And actually, it was their first loss of the season to the Texans. And they had 530 total yards. And Matt Leinart played this game. It looks like they were splitting snaps back there in Texas. 2 touchdowns for a piece for each quarterback in that game, totaling up to 4 touchdowns. Jesus, tap dancing Christ. And they both combined for 233 yards over Ben Roethlisberger's 217 yards on 21 completions, 41 attempts, a touchdown and 2 interceptions. So, geez, look at the rushing game here. And really not much going on here. Arian Foster had a horrible game. And Mendenhall averaging 3.5 yards carry, 22 carries, 79 yards, and a touchdown. So, okay, modest. We'll see who got the touchdowns. And there was 5 touchdowns passed in this game. 1 by Andre and Vickers apiece. Rashard Mendenhall caught one. T.O. caught one for the Texans, and Mendiola caught one. See what happened defensively with the picks. Interception by Glover Quinn Jr. and Jonathan Joseph for the Texans. And we're going to see, did they score any touchdowns on these? No, of course they didn't. Did they force any fumbles? Well, the Pittsburgh did. 2 forced fumbles, but a recovery for the Texans probably on one of those. And then Ike Taylor. Oh, there was a recovery there on defense for the both of them. And then I guess the Texans also forced a fumble somewhere. I don't know how it happened. Possibly a punt return fumble issue. Not anything going on down there, though. 58, the longest in this game. 55 for Manning. So we're going to have to fight the throwing threat of Ben Roethlisberger and his team. And we'll check out the injury report here before this upcoming game. And if you're wondering what's going to happen with the Rams in this week, well, here we'll take a little sneak preview. It's a bye, so we're not going to have a game this week. They're sitting at 2-2, coming off a big win at the end of the fourth quarter with the last-second field goal. Check out that video, guys. Check out that franchise. It's pretty fucking crazy what's going on over there. Just as much as what's going on over here. So this is going to be a very, very big game for our team. So we need the Titans to be coming out here pretty good. We'll check out the Steelers, and they're going to be having some injuries on the O-line. And their left end, Aaron Smith, will be out, the vet, for a week. He'll be coming back the week after. So we might be able to get something going. Leftwich is injured, so if we injure Ben Roethlisberger, we'll have a third stringer coming in trying to play for him. And that's going to be about it for this video, I think. I think I covered everything I was going to say I was going to cover. Yep. How do you guys feel about me starting Jake Locker before the playoffs? And, oh, actually... Okay, we'll do some scouting real quick, actually, too. This video is actually going to be a long video. Okay. Yeah, how do you guys feel about me starting Jake Locker, like, maybe, like, week 12 or 13? Like, if we clinch our division before the season ends, if we clinch our playoff bid, how do you guys feel about me starting just Jake Locker instead of Hasselbeck, so we can have, like, a vet going into the playoffs? Or do you think I should start building Locker now, since I have like a nice receiving core over here in Tennessee? Just if you guys could comment below, just let me know, please. All right, so here we're gonna look at possibly maybe another rookie quarterback coming up. I want to have options just in case. Like Hasselbeck, in case Locker's like a flop for this franchise, you know. We're gonna look at maybe another running back. Actually not a starting running back, but I would like another like backup running back, and we need a good fullback here, even though that guy's good, and we want a really, really good receiver. So we're gonna scout like 4 of these dudes. I want a really bitchin' tight end coming up also, and then I also would like to scout some really sick linebackers. So let me look at a linebacker that's going to be going in the first round, even though I won't be able to get these guys. And then we'll look at like let's look at a free safety here, and we'll go for this guy in the second round from Tennessee. And is that all my picks? All right. So let me scout for the Rams real quick too. Sorry. Actually, I won't scout for the Rams. I'll do it in the other video, so nobody goes nuts on me. Save the franchise really quick, and I'll do the scouting for the Rams in the next one, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. You guys saw what I just did. Scouted on a couple quarterbacks, some running backs, for backup running backs to take Javon Ringer's place, because he might get good, and I can trade him away and maybe have like another rookie guy coming in. That'll be pretty good. And yeah, so are you sure you would like to leave without scouting players? The current scouting selection will be lost if you leave without advancing. Are you sure? Oh, God, I have to do this. So don't tell the people who watch the Rams franchise that I'm just going to do this really quick. I'll just plug it in, and I'll probably show them on the next video what I had to do. Let me re-scout these guys that I've already scouted. Can I do that? I can't? I can't, like... Alright, whatever then. So we have some unscouted guys. So I want to actually build up this Rams rushing defense. So I don't know how long Lofa's going to be in our team. So we're going to go look at some key guys over here. We'll look at a strong safety to strengthen up their backfield. And then we'll look at a corner down here in like the second round. I want a new kicker over there. Yeah, we'll look at that 22-year-old guy. We'll look at this 23-year-old guy. And I'll scout another like 5th round quarterback. And 6th round fullback. And possibly a second, 3rd, and 4th round wide receiver. And this 3rd round tight end here. And we will advance. And we'll check out what happened for the Rams in the Rams franchise. But let's look at these guys. So this left outside linebacker that we scouted, it came out to be pretty legit. This guy's going to be pretty good. So overall, did a pretty good job scouting. Got all over 73, well, half over 73, and the rest of these guys aren't looking too good yet, but that's possibly because they're just like defensive dudes. So that's this video. Check out the next one in a couple of days when we're doing, maybe in a couple of days, maybe tomorrow or something, where we'll be taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh. It's going to be crazy playing them in the Steel Curtain. So we'll take you guys. We'll talk to you guys later. I will talk to you guys later. Not will. I'll talk to you guys later. Like and subscribe. FNS Productions, drinking game, take a shot, or whatever you guys do to play that game. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Keep playing Madden.